First, open our group calendar. If you're not sure how to find it, first view the video Navigating the Valley website. Click Subscribe to Calendar, and then choose the calendar that you use, Google, Apple, or Outlook. If you don't use one of those calendars, copy the URL in the box. What happens next is going to depend on which calendar you use. If you use Google, jump ahead to 2 minutes 35 seconds on this video. I don't have access to Outlook, so I don't have a tutorial on it. But if you're using Apple, this is the page you should see. If you're using a different calendar altogether, you may see a blank where you can paste the URL, and hopefully this tutorial will help you walk through your own calendar. Apple users are going to click Allow, and then click Subscribe. Now you need to manage your options. Choose a color by clicking on the up and down arrows. Choose iCloud for your location so it'll be available on all your devices. Unless you think you're going to attend a lot of hikes, you probably don't want to bother with a calendar alert for each event. So click on Alerts to remove the check mark. I don't normally have attachments in the calendar, so you can just leave that check mark. Auto refresh is important if you want to stay up to date. If I cancel a hike, you want to see it on your calendar, so it's wise to auto refresh often. If I make a change, you don't want to wait an entire week to see that change appear on your calendar. On the last block, Ignore Alerts, I'm assuming this is referring to alerts that you have set up on your own calendar. Some people have a default alert that every event that's on their calendar, they're going to receive an alert. So if you don't want that part of those default alerts, then you need to uncheck that box. Click OK, and Apple users are all set. Let's move on to Google. Click Yes, add this calendar, and you should be viewing your own Google Calendar. Click on the gear icon, and then click Settings. The page for your general settings will appear. Click Calendars. Find Women's Valley Hiking Group Calendar. Click Show in List so it will appear on your calendar. If you ever decide to leave the group, just click on Unsubscribe and you'll no longer receive the calendar. Click Edit Notifications and choose how often you want to be alerted. Unless you think you'll attend most hikes, you probably don't want to receive a notification for each event. It may be best to set an alert on your calendar for each individual hike you'll attend, just as you would any other calendar event you might have. Google does not offer refresh options like Apple does. It appears that changes can take up to 12 hours to show up on your own calendar. And there are also complaints about the calendars not updating at all. Keep that in mind for this next step, because the email option you choose is going to be up to your own personal preference. So take a look at the email notification options and decide which one will work best for you. When you've finished choosing how you'd like to be kept up to date, click Save and you're all set. Now let's move to the phone and the reason why subscribing to the calendar is so convenient. Even though I'm demonstrating this on an iPhone, keep watching even if you have an Android because it could be similar. Open your calendar app and tap on the event. You'll see the location icon with the link to the map. Tap the link. Tap Yes for permission to open Maps. If you're using the Maps app, tap Directions. If you're using Google Maps, tap the car icon on the bottom right. Now, if you're using Maps, you'll tap Go, and if you're using Google Maps, you'll tap Start. Now your turn-by-turn directions will begin. If your sound isn't turned on, I'll show you how to find those settings using both Google Maps and Apple Maps. The settings for the apps are entirely different. With the Maps app on iPhone, you'll start from the home screen and tap Settings. Tap Maps, and then tap Driving and Navigation, and choose your volume. If you listen to podcasts or audio books while driving, you can choose to pause the audio when receiving navigation prompts. Google Maps settings are within the app, so first open Google Maps. Touch the menu button. Touch Settings. Touch Navigation Settings, and then choose your settings. And now you're ready to meet us on the trailhead without getting lost.